Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to assemble the frame on my 3D printer. First of all I did is I went outside, I went to Mitsumi, ordered all the parts to the correct length, I went to the garage and drilled everything, and then I proceeded to tap all the holes. I'm going to show you that to you in just a minute, but if for some reason you don't have a mill or a drill press, the easiest way to handle that would be something like, get a piece of extrusion, put it in, get your 90-degree clamp, bolt it in place, set it up exactly where you want, and then you can use your regular drill and drill your holes through your extrusion. It makes a nice little guide to keep it square. What I ended up doing is just setting up on the drill press or on the mill and drill out the holes, 5mm holes, and then an 8.5mm drill bit to widen it up for the heads of the bolts. So anyways, I'll let you look at that real quick, and then when we get back I'm going to tap one extrusion for you and then kind of fast forward through the rest of it. So this is a pretty easy process. I use a spiral tap, which allows you to just kind of go in without, it helps clean the materials out. You don't have to do a lot of crazy cutting and backing out every quarter turn. You can pretty much just run it in. What I ended up doing is mounting my tap, sorry my cats are being crazy, mounting a tap and a drill like this and tapping my holes. I've got them all tapped here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I thread into 5mm M5 5.8 thread. These two haven't been done yet. I'm going to do that real quickly just to show you how I do it. If you're not good at breaking things, if you're not good at getting taps out, or if breaking a tap would completely ruin your afternoon, use one of these. I'm going to be lazy and do it this way. If I break it, so be it. But I'll just feed it in. Alright, that's one done. You definitely want to use a lot of oil on this. They will, you can't break a tap, it's pretty easy to do. I've broken a few of them in my life. And then here, same way. Alright, and that does that. Clean up our mess. Since I'm not in a place where it really should be making a mess. Let's try this down. This is just denatured alcohol I use to get the grease and oil and materials off. I've got a deburring bit to deburr the holes. It's just a Harbor Freight special. You can buy these at most hardware stores also. Or even a countersink bit works, or even a knife if you don't have any of that. Just you want to get the burrs off so that the bolts don't bind up. I'll put our mess over here. Vacuum the rest of it here. Alright, that does all my drilling. Set this stuff down, get it out of the way. The next step is going to take a little bit more room. These are the uprights. Alright, so here's the front. There's the back. And this is for the top of the gantry. A handful of bolts. Let's start assembling things. over. Doing the front side now. I'll do a project plan on this here shortly. Basically, it's going to be a spreadsheet with all the parts that I used to build it. Probably won't include the cost since they change on a regular basis. When I get done, I'll make a note of how much it's cost me altogether. It should be comparable to a Creality S4, if not a touch cheaper. And one of the benefits of this is I'm going to have linear rails on it instead of the V wheels, which I'm just not a real big fan of. They're great, but they're not great for reliability. They are dead simple and they are inexpensive, easy to fix, easy to adjust. They've got some pluses. I just found I wanted something that's a little bit more hands-off, which is why I wanted to build something of my own. Going to do the BeagleBone electronics and replicate. I think the next time around we're going to use a power drill on this. We'll see. Alright, so the screws are in. We've got some corner braces I want to install. I saved you guys the time of watching me screw these in. I started all the nuts. I'll fast forward this, but this is why I left those bolts a little bit loose, so I can add these in first. I used a 10 millimeter bolt Allen head on this one. The button head would actually have been better for clearance. I like to reduce the number of tools that I use, so if I can use the same head on bolt and same size hardware, I'm going to. Just, I don't know where I learned that from. I just, like to have as few tools as needed on a project. Those are tight. Flip it over to the other side. So right now everything I've gotten is from Misumi, except for the bolts. The bolts came from Fastenal, and they're just 5 by 20, M5 by 0.8 by 25 millimeters long, and the short ones going in these corner braces are 10 millimeters. The corner braces are Misumi. If you already have a 3D printer and you're building your own anyways, you could look at Thingiverse. I noticed there were some corner braces available in plastic. I'm going to try to build this mostly out of aluminum, just to keep it a little bit more rigid. I haven't decided if I want to upgrade the extrusions in the future. I know there's a lot of resonation that comes out of the extrusion. I may just try to fill them with something that's a little heavier. Alright, I'll go back through and tighten everything down that you have. I'll be checking it for squareness off camera. I've got a machinist square in the garage that I forgot to bring out here bring with me. It's pretty close though. It's certainly as close as the Creality is originally. Alright, I'm going to set this aside. We're going to work on the gantry now. Gantry is pretty much the same process. Definitely made everything tight. 8.5 or 9 millimeter end mill would have been better for what I used here. I used just an 8.5 millimeter drill bit. That's what I had on hand. I Probably would have liked to have used a 9 to give it a little bit of room for adjustment here. Again, I'm not sure that that's anything's too terribly critical. Didn't mean to tighten them all down. I'll give them all a quarter turn loosening. There we go. Now put our corner braces in. Alright, and now this is the bottom of it. This is going to be a little tricky to do on camera. It's the same process. I don't know if you guys need to really watch this, but I will try to video it. It's going to be out of focus. There's one started. Get on over here on the other side and get the other one started. I'm assuming offers a precision cut service, and I have had, I ordered all these and I haven't made a single outside cut on them. They're all pretty much perfect. I do know that sometimes they do come out to about a mil. They're plus or minus a millimeter, and I have had some variations, but I just drove my fingernail across these, and I mean they're straight. They're equal length, and I really can't complain too much about it. Alright, and that is my frame. Let me back up here, let you see it.
That's all I have for today. The rough dimensions on this are 400Y, 500 on X, and 600 on Z. It's not a real big frame. I have a pretty limited space to hold this in. I will have more on assembly and part selections as soon as I get the parts in. I received an order of linear rails today, actually on the 17th, and all but everything was missing except for just 2 rails. I didn't get the blocks, the Y rails, or the X rail. So I've contacted the seller and I'm going to start over again. Thanks for watching.